Hi everyone, this is Alchemistic, and I'm going to be doing a different type of video than I normally do. If you cannot tell by the lovely image that is on your screen right now, don't worry, you're on the right channel. I'm just not doing a reading video. This is going to be on an occurrence that happened a couple of weeks ago, a little bit over a couple of weeks ago now, and that I posted on Instagram. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I mentioned that I was going to do a YouTube video on this. Well, here it is. Um, but those of you who don't, I'm going to include all of the stuff that I put on Instagram on this video in just a minute. But I want to explain what you're seeing here. So every so often, I do a ritual where I get rid of negative thoughts. I get rid of negativity, stuff like that, right? I do it a few different ways, but this is just one of the ways. So I have done this ritual many times, okay, and never had this happen before. So, what I do, and this helps me with manifestation, is I write down any negative thoughts that I'm having. And this is honestly what I have told my own personal clients for coaching. In regards to manifestation, this is one of the many tools that I teach them is to write down any negative thoughts that you're having. This could be about money, this could be about your job, this could be about your relationship with your family, whatever it is, right? You write those negative thoughts down, and then on another piece of paper, you write down all the positive thoughts to counteract the negative thoughts, right? Then what I do is I rip up the negative piece of paper and I usually burn it. Some people can throw it away, some people can bury it, whatever you resonate with. I personally like burning it. So, what I do is I put it inside of a candle that is almost burned down. It still has wax in it. As you can see here, this still has wax in the candle, right? That is because you want wax still there, so that burns down with the paper. Does that make sense? So I've done this many times and never had this happen. So what I'm doing here, this was a couple of weeks ago. I hadn't had any contact from my divine masculine in over a month when I did this. Okay. It had been over a month. It had been like, I think 6 weeks or something like that. And I was starting to have doubts. I was starting to have negative thoughts. So I wrote all of those down, right? And then I wrote on a different piece of paper anything to counteract that. I ripped up the negative piece of paper, put it in this candle, and I went outside on my patio. It's a deck slash patio in my home. And I started burning the paper like you see here like I normally do, and I honestly posted a few videos on my Instagram story, so I'm going to be including those in this video, right? And everything was going as normal, right? So I'm going to insert the videos here that I had posted on Instagram so you could see those.
So my crazy ass is outside at 3 a.m. burning some negative thoughts that I've been having recently. What I did is I wrote these thoughts down on a piece of paper, tore them up, and I have them inside of a basically burned out candle, and I'm burning them. My neighbors probably think I'm fucking crazy, and you know what? Don't care. So yeah, you guys want to know how I transmute negative thoughts? This is how I do it.
Okay, so this is what the candle actually looked like when I first started. So the footage before I showed you what I posted on Instagram, that was um, this was before. This was a little bit after, but as you see, not a big deal, very calm fire, right? Everything's going great. Well, as I was sitting here recording these videos for you guys on Instagram, the flame went from this to this. And yeah, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, when is this going to start to die down? Because normally when I do this ritual, um, the paper burns down into the wax, and then eventually the candle goes out on its own because it no longer has a wick for it to stay lit, and there's no paper for it to stay lit, right? Makes logical sense. Well, for some reason, this one didn't want to go out at all. So, this is what the flame ended up being like. And yeah, it just kept getting bigger and bigger as you see here. But I'm also going to include um, what I said on Instagram after this whole occurrence, and I'm going to show you some more footage.
So, guys, um, I posted on my story how I get rid of negative thoughts. So, I wrote down some negative thoughts I've been having recently in regards to my own twin flame journey and dynamic. I wrote those down on a piece of paper, and then on another piece of paper, I wrote down nothing but positive thoughts in regards to those negative thoughts. Does that make sense? And then I tore up the negative thought paper and then put it inside of a candle that was already like pretty much burned out. You know what I mean? And went outside to burn it. Now, I've done this many, many times. Many times. And every other time I've done this, this has never happened before. Usually the paper burns out, it burns into some of the wax, and then that's it. Well, I caught on camera how the glass jar that the candle was in cracked. Like it was a loud popping sound. And then I thought, okay, no big deal. The glass got a little bit too hot. So I stood back a little bit and kept recording it. So I have a little bit of it. But then it freaking exploded. And this was on my patio. So my patio almost caught on fire. Like there was literally fire on my patio. So I had to go and get the extinguisher and put it out. Luckily I got it in time. So I'm good. So yeah, there is glass, there's candle wax, and there's the burned paper ashes all over my patio right now. I'm waiting for the glass to cool down because it's still all hot, and then I'm gonna go clean it up. But that was insane. I have never, ever had that happen before, and I've done this a lot. Like I've done this a lot to transmit negative thoughts, and this is how I actually manifest. So I thought, why not do it for my twin flame journey, right? So yeah, insane. So yeah, I'm gonna post a video on YouTube about this because this is nuts. I'll show you guys the footage, I'll talk about it, everything. I'm just like shook right now. So but it's just crazy that these negative thoughts that I wrote down have to do with my own twin flame journey. Just some doubts I've been having recently. Even those that are in union will tell you that negative thoughts still come up, that there's still struggle sometimes, even once you get into union. So don't think it's all glitz and glamour, no matter what level in the journey you're at. But yeah, so I wrote them down, and that's just insane. Like, I know I'm blabbing right now. I'm just so freaking shocked. Like, this is never, ever happened. Oh my God, guys. I'm gonna make a video on this. You guys have a good night.
So, yeah, as you could tell, guys, I was pretty shocked by everything. I'd never had this happen before. And like I mentioned before, is that I've done this many times. So, this was the first time ever this has happened before. So, I want to tell you that I did this on the 23rd of November. Okay. So, on the 23rd of November, this is when I did this. It was like 3 a.m. It was crazy. I know I'm nuts. I don't really sleep. Um, then uh, basically with my divine masculine, I text him on Thanksgiving. So let me pull up the text. So that's the 26th. So 3 days later, I sent him just, a happy Thanksgiving. He replied, right? And said that he was out of town with family, of course, right, for the holiday. And I wished him and his family a happy holiday. Then that Saturday, so the 28th, okay? So 5 days from when I did this ritual, okay, he ended up video calling me on Snapchat. I hadn't seen his face live like that in over a year, okay? We've had sporadic communication since August, but this was the first time us seeing each other live, face to face, in over a year. So you could tell me that this doesn't work, and I'm going to say, well, you're wrong. Because, yeah, it totally worked for this situation. Um, we ended up talking for hours that night. He really opened up. Then he did text me the next day and a few days after, and he's gone silent again since. So I don't know if maybe something's going on with his family because he really hasn't been on any social media or anything. So I'm just giving him space right now, and I'm just focused back on myself. But this absolutely works, guys. If you try it for any type of manifestation, just be careful if you decide to burn the paper. Do it safely, because what I'm going to show you here is the footage from when the glass popped and then when the glass um, got really hot and then the flames went up. So I'm going to put that here so you can and I'm going to shut up so you can hear it. So, as you can see, after that, I was a little bit shocked, so I took like a step back and kind of observed for a second. And then I really took a step back. And in just a moment, you'll hear it crack again. And as the flames are getting bigger and bigger. Right there. So then after this, I went completely off to the side and I grabbed the lighter that was beside the candle and took it away from the candle. And then I went to go inside the house to get something to put the fire out. And as I was going to step inside my house, the candle exploded everywhere. So I grabbed the extinguisher, I put out all the fire, and then this is the aftermath of that. So, to say the least, I was shocked, as you guys saw in my Instagram video that I posted on this video. Um, and I waited for the glass to cool down. I went out and I grabbed the glass and threw it away, cleaned up as much as I could, and then I waited until the next day to get all the candle wax off of my patio. So, how I did that is I just heated it up with a hair dryer and it was able to just wipe it off. Not a big deal, but it was the crazy experience I ever had. Like I said, I've done this technique a lot and never had this happen before. So that's another thing. I'm very experienced in manifestation techniques, rituals. You could call them spells if you'd like. I just don't really resonate with spells. I resonate with rituals. But I've done this a lot, so I'm very experienced. I'm also very experienced with fire. So I've been around firemen my whole life. Growing up and as an adult. So just be careful if you choose to do this and use fire. The other way that you can do it, like I mentioned before, is when you rip up the paper, you can just throw it away. You could bury it in your backyard or anywhere you want, like go out into the woods and bury it, right? You could also, if you have a fireplace, just throw it in your fireplace. You could burn it in any way that you like, but just be very careful if you choose to burn, okay? Um, the key to this, though, I do have to mention, is we're throwing away or getting rid of the negative thoughts. So we're releasing those, right? As you're ripping up the paper, you could say whatever you resonate with, whether it's spirit, the universe, God, the divine source, right? I say spirit. So as I'm ripping it up, I'm saying I'm releasing these negative thoughts. Spirit, they are no longer my reality, right? So I start chanting that as I'm ripping up the paper, right? So that way I'm releasing it. Then what I do with the positive sheet of paper, the positive affirmations, if you will, is I read those every morning or every night before I go to bed. And then that's it. I don't think about it any other time. See, that's where most people kind of mess up when they're trying to manifest is they focus so much on the outcome that they don't get what they're trying to manifest. So you have to detach from the outcome and the expectations, and that's what brings in manifestation. Okay. So, as you heard before, after I did this within 5 days, actually within, what was it, 3 days, I got some contact from my divine masculine, and then after 5 days he video called me. So that's not a coincidence. Okay, it's just not. So this can work with anything, like I said. If you would like personal coaching from me, I do offer coaching. You can book that on my website. I have coaching for twin flame and soulmate journeys, as well as I'm going to be adding some more categories as well. I'm just going to add a general coaching to where you can tell me what type of coaching you'd like. This could be general life coaching. I'm a single mother with a teenager that has provided for my child his entire life. If you need help with that, I'm here for you. If you want coaching on manifesting and more techniques than this, I can help you with that. If you're looking to understand spirituality a little bit more and understand how to find your purpose, I can help you with that. Understand when you're booking coaching with me that this will not be a psychic reading. I won't be pulling any cards, but you can ask me as many questions as you'd like, and then I fit that within the time constraint, okay? So, yes, this was crazy. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Um, Keep in mind, just be safe if you, again, if you do try the fire, because I don't want anybody, having any type of bad occurrence because of what I'm telling you. So if you are not comfortable with fire, please rip up the paper and throw it away or bury it, please. Okay? Don't do fire if you're even the slightest bit unsure. Okay? So let me know if you guys try this technique out and how it works for you. If you're able to manifest in money, if you're able to manifest in, I don't know, a relationship, whatever it is. Comment below. Let me know what you thought about this, what you thought about this occurrence. But yeah, this was totally insane. And I know this is a going on and I'm babbling. I'm going to stop in just a moment. I promise. But I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.